So remove me from the live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Questions and Answers. Awesome. Let's get to it. Y'all know I like to get to it. All right. So, episode number 61, meaning 61 lives. Welcome to my Instagram family that's live. And my YouTube family, Facebook family, Twitter family. So this is episode number 61. What is accountability, right? So questions and answers with your CEO 3 times, Alisa Applewhite. All right. I am the real Alisa Applewhite, your CEO 3 times. And we're going to go in a little bit of information about me. For those people who do not know me, if this is your first time logging in, you definitely about to get to know me. All right. So the first question we get is this one. Why do you go live Monday through Friday? Well, we go live Monday through Friday because people are always asking me questions in my DM, my email. They're texting me and they're calling me. And they're asking me questions about healthcare staffing. They're asking me questions about business. They're asking me questions about marriage, children. And I wish with being a business owner that I had the time to answer each person's question. So what I did was I decided to go live every day where I'll answer your questions for 15 minutes. And I normally give you 3 points of view from me that I feel that will help your question, right? And even if I don't know the answer to the question, I will research it so we can learn together, right? Because that's all it is about answering questions is how resourceful can you be? In it, y'all see our Instagram family on the phone right there. So we figured out a way to use a tripod. Shout out to Jose with Jose, the black guy with the Spanish name. He's given so many tips that I've been implementing and it has been working. So thank you, Jose. I really, truly appreciate your time and your education and your expertise with these cameras and stuff in this podcast and stuff. All right, so that's why we go live Monday through Friday. Now on Saturdays and Sundays, definitely, y'all didn't turn on the timer because I want to respect your time. All right, 15 minutes on the clock. So Saturdays and Sundays, you can definitely catch the recording. In the recording, there's different questions that people have asked. We have been live 61 days, y'all. We've been going live for 61 days, and we're going to be going on continuously, right? So there's always a question that somebody asked previously, and we played the recordings. So you could catch like the replays on Saturdays and Sundays. If I'm out of town, like I was out of town at the end of last week until the beginning of this week, I will definitely have a replay going for you. And I always keep you aware of if if I'm going out of town or not. Because I do run businesses. So I want to be honest with your time and my time, but I want to keep getting you the valuable information you need to take your business and your life to the next level. All right. So the next question I get all the time, and for those who are just tuning in, they don't know who I am. Why do they call you CEO 3 times, right? So this is why they call me CEO 3 times, y'all. I had 3 companies, so I kept it really simple with the name. So they call me CEO 3 times because I had 3 companies, right? Me and my husband has established 3 companies. The first company we have is called Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing. This is our medical professional company where we staff medical professionals in hospitals, nursing homes, and doctors' offices, right? And then we have our second company called the TOTLHS Heart to Go Inc. This is our nonprofit. This is the baby that we are focused on growing this year tremendously. Why? Because it helps our medical professionals with rental assistance, mortgage assistance, financial credit literacy. It also helps our medical professionals with estate planning. It helps them with what else? Car down payment assistance, right? It helps them with scholarships so they can broaden their education. This is the melting pot that helps the medical professional become holistic. And we help them by doing things that can alleviate some stress for them so they can focus on the patient. All right. So then we got company number 3, which I absolutely love. It's called The Real Alisa Applewhite Consulting. This company was inspired by the Myron Golden and the David Shands as well, to get in there and start educating people. I didn't realize in my entrepreneurial world that it was people who were struggling with a lot of things that I had no struggle with, like as far as getting clients or as far as getting medical professionals, right? We have on reserve 4,000 medical professionals that's ready to work. And I didn't know that some staffing agencies was having problems with that. And there is a trick and secret, so I do teach it. So with the consulting company, it has brought you questions live. So we answer your questions. We give you 3 points for 15 minutes per day, Monday through Friday. It does not only do that. We help other healthcare staffing owners learn how to target premium clients so we can get them to the 7-figure mark. We also help healthcare staffing medical professionals to become holistic so they can focus on the client, right? We help them to get that holistic feeling so they can focus primarily on the client. One thing we added, and I'm so excited about, I'm just so excited about. So we teach everyday people, right, who are interested in starting a healthcare staffing agency. We teach everyday people on how to start a staffing agency from scratch to government, right? Meaning we help you build it up from nothing, and we help you with your government certifications so we can get you in the premium arena. All right. So we're all about helping people. And we also partner with hospitals and we partner with nursing homes to give them a program to help them to be able to educate their staff and retain their staff, right? Because that's the goal, y'all. The goal for me is truly making sure patients have compassion at the bedside with medical professionals. For those who are tuning in who don't know me, I've been a nurse for 14 years. I've been in healthcare for 18 years. I've been a healthcare staffing owner for 2 years. So 20 years total in healthcare. I love taking care of people. I am a servant at heart. And that's just never going to change because I feel like that is what God has blessed me with, is to become a servant at heart, and to serve and give his people value. So you can take your life, you can take your business to the next level, and we can start treating patients with the compassion and the dignity that they deserve. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. Let's see what the question of today is. The question of today is, what is accountability? I absolutely love this question because it can go so many ways. It's so many things that accountability is. But I give you 3 points that I think that can help you grow your business and help you in your personal life as well. But accountability is huge, right? I feel like it's your character. Like that's the biggest thing. If I could sum it up in one word, accountability is truly your character. Are you accountable for the things you said you're going to do? Are you accountable for the people that you said you're going to serve? Are you accountable for the things that you said out your mouth that you were going to do, the people you're going to serve, and did you follow through? Right. So I love it, love it, love it. Keep asking this question. I think somebody else asked this question in another form, but I love answering this question because I always get 3 different things that I feel like, what is accountability to me? All right, so let's get to it. We got 9 minutes on the clock. What is accountability? Accountability is ownership of you, right? So in layman's terms, it's just ownership of who you are, right? Are you accountable when you tell people, hey, I'm going to help you to move this refrigerator? Do you show up to help them move the refrigerator? Do you even say, hey, do you even call and say, hey, you know what? I can't help you with this refrigerator, but I can send you a resource. Or even if I don't have a resource to send you, do you even call? Are you accountable enough to even call and address, hey, I really can't help you with this refrigerator? And whatever your excuse may be, and it might not be an excuse. This is a big thing about accountability. I just don't want to help you with the refrigerator because I just don't want to do it. Right? You don't have to lie to people. You can just tell them the truth, right? This is what accountability is. It's ownership of who you are and being so comfortable with who you are that you no longer have to lie. So statistics says that 70% of the words that come out of people's mouth when it comes to communication is usually made up or a lie. And what I came to believe, based on Myron Golden's theories, is 100% of the things that come out of people's mouth are a lie. And the reason why I say that is because we say what we can do, but we haven't done it, right? So it's something that we imagine, it's something that we created. It is not factual, or it is not set in stone until you actually do the task, right? So if you are going to be making up stuff and saying that you're going to be accountable for it, at least you should do is follow through to stamp it that it actually did occur, right? So one of the things that I failed to do as a not an owner, but as a person, and this can be for a lot of people, right? I have done the DISC assessment, right? And what the DISC assessment does, it tells you, hey, where you're strong at, where are the areas in your life that you can like excel in, the areas in your life that might frustrate you and bother you, and who you need to partner with to help you balance, right, your company, your life. And one of the things with the DISC assessment is I'm a high D, right? And the high D is like, let's get it, let's do it. I got this, I got this. I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. So high D's always overcommit. And I realized that, as an owner, I do that sometimes. I overcommit and figure it out later. And because I've realized that, I've been able to adjust it where I'm just like, the biggest thing for high D's is saying no. You can't say no because you know that you have something so valuable that you can help everybody in the world, but you can't help everybody if you don't complete one task. And that is what I had to learn mentally in my entrepreneurial journey and in my life is I cannot keep over committing, right? I can commit to one thing and I can over deliver all the time. I never tell people not to over deliver. So over deliver. But I'm learning to be like, you know what? No, I just really can't fit that due to my schedule, due to my family, due to my businesses. I really can't do this extra thing, right? And that takes daily practice, y'all. Ownership of you, right? That takes daily practice. So what is accountability? It's ownership of you. It's daily practice of realizing who you are and what you will honestly be accountable for and actually follow through on the accountability, right? So we got 5 minutes. I'm going to keep going. All right. So number 2, what is accountability? Ownership of your family. So this is very, very important. As entrepreneurs and business people, we are so hungry to go out and get it. Like, oh my God, I got this vision. God gave me this vision. I got to birth it. I'm always saying I got to birth it. I got to make it come alive because there's so many people in the community that can benefit from this vision that God has given me. But then I forget that people are also my family, right? So what about them that's lacking and sacrificing for me to give this huge vision to the world, which are people that are not my blood family or not my family that we now have this bond with, right? What about them? And this was really huge for me because it's like when you look into the world, people say, oh my God, Alisa, you changed my life. You know, you got me going on this path of life or this path of life. And then when you look at your kids or you look at your immediate family, and it's just like, yeah, you didn't give me none of that information. You didn't give me none of that training, especially when you look at your kids, right? So make sure, I want people to know this, that accountability does not only mean being accountable for your business, but it also means being accountable for your family. And how you can create, excuse me, how you can create ownership of family is by creating generational wealth, right? This is being accountable for your family. Estate planning, right? So I'm like, oh my God, I'm only 38 years old and I'm doing estate planning. Yes, I'm doing estate planning because at 38, I always say at any moment, anybody can become a patient. So how can I really say that I'm accountable for my family if I'm not doing estate planning, right? Seeing who's going to get what, who's going to get the kids if something happens to me and my husband, right? Who is going, how is the percentages going to be breaking down of the business? How is the percentage going to be breaking down for those who have income of this amount of money, this retirement, this life insurance I have, right? So definitely, you have to have ownership of your family, right? When I die, who's going to get the house? Who's going to get the real estate, right? Like this is very important. You have to be accountable for your family. So number 2 is accountability. What is accountability? Ownership of your family. Be an owner of your family, and also make sure you're giving your kids the time to help to guide them in a direction that you're also trying to guide society in. You know, give them the little tips and tools. I know it. We have kids from 25 to 3 years old in our household. We have 5 children, right? So we get it. At a certain age, kids just don't want to listen to you. They be like, I know it all. I got this. I don't have to listen. But what you can do is give little gems, little nuggets, right? Give them stuff that they can relate to help them to understand, hey, there's a better financial way than you potentially going to work for somebody else. But also let them have that working experience so they can like, man, I do want to start my own business, right? That has worked for our kids. So definitely making sure you have ownership of your family. Y'all, we got 1 minute left. And what is accountability? Ownership of your community. This is huge. People always think, well, as long as I'm taking care of my family, as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do at home, it's not going to affect me. Guess what? It is going to affect you. I don't care what neighborhood you live in. I don't care if it's gated. I don't care if you got 1,000 security people around you. Your family and your friends have to live in this community. You have to live in this community to either go to conferences, to either go to meetings, to go out just to eat. You have to live in this community. And if your community is dying, right, if they don't have the knowledge and information or value to help them to grow their lives, to help them grow their businesses, right? And you have that information, you're not being accountable as a servant of God. You have to be accountable and take ownership for your community, the community you live in. Now, it's great that like, you know what, everybody should just move to Atlanta because it's the atmosphere is great. It's so much support. It's so many business owners. This is true, right? It is a lot of great aspects of moving to Atlanta. But if you grew up in Charlotte, if you grew up in Jersey, if you grew up in New York, right, and you get to the good areas of these areas, it's still right for you to have some type of ownership of your community. What can I do to change the community? And you don't have to physically go back to the community. People's like, oh, if you don't physically go back, you forgot where you are. No, if you got robbed in that community, or if you got something bad that happened to you in that community, you might not want to go back. You might not be over that traumatic experience, and that's understandable. But that doesn't stop you from donating to the community. That doesn't stop you from having somebody to volunteer in that community. See if you can start some type of program like shelter services, food services, something to help your community, a reading program. You could do virtual services. All right, so the 15 minutes is up to help your community. But I just want you to know that when you are accountable as a business owner and as a person, period, you are still you're still accountable for your community. All right, y'all. So we're gonna wrap this up because y'all know I'll be talking. Y'all like, Alisa, bring it back because you know I'll be talking. All right. So what is accountability? Number one, it is ownership of you. Number two, it is ownership of your family. And number three, it is ownership of your community. All right, y'all. Make sure you're following me on all social media platforms. The Real Alisa Applewhite. The Real Alisa Applewhite. I had the blessing, I'm saying the blessing of going to be with my mentor, David Shands. He hosted the podcast summit this week. For those who went out there, oh my God, it was a life changer experience. Me and my husband, actually, it was crazy. We actually volunteered to actually help to run the to do whatever they need us to do, right? And we ended up meeting a lot of the speakers one-to-one. But not only that, it was just great to see my brother David Shands build such a vision that he's been talking about on Morning Meetup. I'll tell you about Morning Meetup, join the Morning Meetup, that he's been talking about on Morning Meetup. That was a vision, and then it was birth, and it was a reality. It was just like surreal to be in a vision that I know that he has been talking about since I've joined in October, right? That he's just been mentioning little tips and bits about, what one of his visions or one of his goals was. And it was just like to have that moment to actually stand in his vision and to see that come true made me realize that no matter what I need to do, my vision can come true, right? So like this live was just my vision. It was a vision of mine, and I made it come true. And this is what I'm saying to you. This is why I tell people to join the Morning Meetup. This is why I tell people to join Recession Proof, Earn Your Leisure, Powered by Recession Proof, because you get with people who have visions and they come true, and you get to be in the mix of that. And that what you think of is this conference was an idea, and it was an idea that I knew you created in your head, right? And now I'm living in your vision. That just gives you chills, right? Anybody vision can come true if you put in the work. Now, he put in a lot of work. He brought out oh my God, he brought out all the big bangers. Do you hear me? Nehemiah Davis was there. Maddie J was there. Spectacular was there. Ash Cash was there. Marcus Barney was there. At him 500. He had oh my God, 19 Keys was there. David Omarion was there. He had Omari, what is it? Omari El Takori, that was there. He had Marshall Fox there. He had the lawyer Rosetta Pierce that was there. He had Jennifer Hurley there. Oh my God, Taha Maiha, I think that's her name. It's Tala. Tala. She was there. Like, he had Earn Your Leisure there. Oh my God, y'all. He really gave a lot of information and a lot of people. So he had Troy from Earn Your Leisure, Rashard from Earn Your Leisure. He had CJ Quinney there, Eric Partner and them, their partners. Eric Thomas partner. He had Carl there, right? So again, that's Eric Thomas partner. He just really brought out the stops, and then he had Trina there. Y'all, I'm not going to tell y'all about the R&B artist he had there. It was off the chain. Like, when I heard Silk singing, I told my husband I had to go and make sure it was real, because that's our song. And it was real. So shout out to my guy, my brother. I'm so proud of you, David Shands. Yo, anything that you envision, just make it happen, because you are that excellent. Your following is amazing. People are in tune with you. I heard so many great things when we were greeting people and bringing people back and forth to different things about just how humble you are. And I knew that it was true because I'm with you every morning in the Morning Meetup, and you give so much value to us. And I really, really want to thank you for that. But it was so many people there. Daraine Devontae was there. Brandon Boyd was there. Y'all, the list goes on. Y'all should have been at the podcast summit. If you missed it, I know he's going to definitely do it again. Don't miss it next year. But definitely, y'all, you have to get in the room. And accountability is ownership of you, and ownership of you is getting in the room. So make sure you follow me on all social media platforms, The Real Alisa Applewhite. Go like my YouTube, y'all. I'm coming out with 2 more YouTube channels that I'm definitely going to let you know about, so you can follow that as well. But go like my YouTube. I am going to look at these hearts and stuff. Y'all know I like to do that for people. Oh, go like my page. Yeah, go like my page on Facebook. The real Alisa Applewhite, y'all. Let's see who it is here. So Kia, hey Kia, welcome, darling. Oh man, you should have came to the podcast on it. All right, and we got 4 comments, and I like to read the comments. So everyone should definitely join the challenge and get the course. Consultation is truly life-changing. I love you too. And we really try to give so much information that you can start your business right then and there. And we actually give you homework to start your business right then and there and help you with government certification. So if you get with the challenge, we have the challenge August 21st at the end of this month, it will definitely be advertisements about it. And you get into the VIP. In the VIP, we actually walk through to show you how to actually apply for a certification in the government. So when you leave from the challenge with your healthcare staffing agency, you will know how to apply for one certification to help you get government contracts, right? I want to give you value, y'all. People didn't give me this when I started, and I definitely want to give you value, right? And I'm not saying they didn't give it because they didn't want to. I don't know if this was their thing, but this is definitely my thing, to give you so much value that you can start your generation and you can start your business with life, with being financial. I've done a DISC assessment years ago. I need to do another one. Yes, you do. They are the truth. I couldn't believe it. It made me, when I read it made me realize, like, yo, everything they're saying is I'm a high D. Like, everything is saying, it just fits. So it's crazy. And then I started to wonder, like, is everybody from up north a high D? Because you got to be so defensive and like, I got this, right? So that's what I was wondering. So awesome. I love David Shands. I've been to a few of his events as well. So happy for him. Awesome. You got to go to the podcast summit. Like, literally, I'm telling you, this is how humble his friends are. Like, all the people I named. CJ Quinney, I was walking him to the speaker room and I'm just like, hey, you want to go in the speaker room? He's like, nah, I'm going to sit out here and answer questions. He answered questions for like an hour and a half in the lobby. Like 19 Keys answer questions for like, an hour in the lobby. Like, they was just answering questions, and people, it didn't matter if you had mastermind, it didn't matter if you had general admission, it didn't matter what your ticket was. If you was in that building, you got a chance to ask them a one-to-one question. And then the great thing about it was they was allowing people to do their podcast right then and there. Like, yo, can I just record you on my podcast right quick? Yeah, sure. It was so much value, y'all, that if it didn't change people's lives, they didn't utilize it correctly. So definitely, you gotta go into it. It will take your business to the next level. So amazing. I'll definitely be at the next one. Yes, definitely. It was so amazing. And like Marcus Barney and Neo and them, they was in there acting a fool. Was a man doing push-ups, and he was on push-up on his elbows. Jesus, I'm like, Lord Jesus. I know they gotta hurt, but he must have had the ass strength. But they was out there in the crowd the whole time, where people could just randomly ask them questions. Nobody was rude. Nobody was disrespectful. It was just straight on, let me give you some information. I want to see if you're going to do it, right? So it was just a great experience, and I appreciate that. All right, y'all. So I like to answer the comments. Thank you for tuning in. As I always say, we're a little bit over, but I'm about to end it now. As I always say, I love you. I am so glad that you tuned in today and you chose to be here with me. I am so ecstatic about you making this choice to be here with me. And I love you. And I don't know if nobody told you that today, but I absolutely love you. But God loves you way more than I can ever imagine or ever explain. And if you tap into the source with him, I promise you, everything that you think is a problem is a solution for it, right? So it's not as bad as you think. Don't let society and don't let life stress you out. Always choose the positive side of everything, because when you choose the positive side of everything, the devil messes with you more, but it doesn't matter. He messes with you more. God messes with you even more. And that's what I'm going to say to y'all. Until tomorrow, I'll see you for episode number 62. Y'all, 62 lives. I can't believe it. That's a lot of lives. 62 lives. All right, y'all. See you later. Bye-bye. Healthcare is affected by everything. right? You could be walking and have a stroke or have a heart attack. Now you are in the healthcare system, right? You can just all of a sudden start having mental issues, and now you're in the healthcare system, right? You could be minding your business and somebody can come in and shoot you, or hit your car or something like that, and now you are in the healthcare arena. And this is why healthcare is so important to me, because to me it matters who's at the bedside, right? So I always say to people, it doesn't matter to me that I have a nurse that say, hey, I'm a nurse, or I'm a CNA, and they show up at the building, right? That doesn't show me their integrity. Their integrity, their accountability, their professionalism, it shows when the door is closed. That is how you know how true a person is to their mission of being a healthcare professional, right? Is how they treat the patients with the doors closed. And my goal is to help to educate healthcare staffing owners and also medical professionals, and again hospitals, on how to help medical professionals get back to that mindset of how to treat people when the door is closed.